Oh, welcome guys to another episode of The Hunt for Bronze. I have finished work and I'm about to head down south. Bit of an overnight trip, chasing some bass. So, let's do it.
Oh, Stu, mate. Oh, sorry, mate. I just sorry to rain on your parade, but you've actually got to do a couple more emails here before you hit the front of the motor.
Maybe not then. Maybe I'd do some emails first. Alright, let's do this. I'll be back.
We can go on it. I'm going to catch me cod.
Catch your cod, what, barbed wire fence.
Alright,
Like
we done.
Squirrel.
We done. We out. See ya, boys. Well, they would help, wouldn't they? So I have come home because I forgot my hiking boots. That's great. So quickly come home, dump those there, go feed the dogs, and then I will be out going down south to get some bass. Hey, alright, so we've made it. We're down by the creek, had a good camp at night in the swag, which was awesome. We've come to the river. It's actually high again. There's actually water in the creek, so I'm super pumped. I'm reckoning there's going to be a few bass around for sure today. So we're going to get into it. Starting with the buzzbait, see how things go. So the surface plastic hasn't worked, so I'm just going to crack out the faithful Loco Burrito for now. I think I need something with a bit more noise, and that's got a good bit of noise to it, so I'm just going to swap this lure out. Not quite its day for it, I think, with the water flowing so high. So I'm just going to grab my scissors out, pliers, that'll do. Just swap her over. There's a little creek running in here. Bit of water flowing into the river. There might actually be a bass hanging out in this area here. I'm going to stand a fair bit back. You on, Bevan? Buzzbait? Good. You need a hand, mate? You right?
Yeah, you got that?
Yep. You still on a fish? Here, mate. You right?
Yeah, I just trod on a rock and
Yeah, it gave way.
it rolled and I just felt my whole body go underwater.
Looked like it hurt.
It did. Not gonna lie, fucking caught me off guard.
Yeah, I bet it did. Far out. Oh well.
I lived to tell the tale.
Exactly. It's not like I hadn't done it the week before. Yep. Got him. Only a little fella. Oh, and he's released himself. If you could, well, there was a bit of excitement. Just got Bev's fish there and slid down the bank. Not a bad looking bass either. Oh, how about a mid-morning update? Jeez. I don't know what's going on with me. I just cannot catch fish lately. That's really glaring. I can't catch fish lately. It's It's starting to become a bit of a habit. I can't manage to get on them. Probably just in a bit of a slump. They happen. Anyway, so we're just gonna continue on. I dropped 2 fish early this morning. One was tiny, one was average medium size. Gone back to the buzz bait because that's what I got the fish on. Threw the swim bait for a bit, and been going through some lighter stuff like, you know, loco burritos and everything. Kind of just switched between them. But yeah, it's really been a bit of a tough morning. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to it and hopefully find a few. Yep. Got one. Finally got one. Got one. Finally. Yes. Burning a crankbait. Oh god, it's tiny, but I got one. There we go. Little tiny fella. So guys, I'm back home. I have left this little outro bit a fair few days late. It's now Wednesday and I filmed this on Saturday. So what you're gonna get is kind of something else to add to this video. So far in this video, you know, I caught that one bass, Bev got a couple. Not much is in this video. There's not much substance. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go over my pack, what's in it, how I set it up, and I'm also going to give a quick run through of what my bass box looks like at the moment, just to kind of give a overall look at what I've been also fishing lately and why I'd keep something like that in my box. So let's get to it. First things first is I actually carry a pelican box which I have strapped to the outside of my backpack. And it's just clipped on with a couple of carabiners so I can quickly remove it if needed. So essentially it clips onto the front here. I've got a bit of rope on the front, hooks itself on. I wrap the ropes up so it sits a bit higher. In my pelican box I normally keep the camera I'm filming on, GoPro batteries, spare batteries for the camera, SD cards and anything else I kind of don't want to get wet. Great box, probably the best investment I made, keeps everything safe and protected. Now let's get onto the bag. So, the bag itself I've chosen is, you know, a solid backpack. I've recently just switched to this bag because I had one that had a bottom loading section and the zippers kind of got well used and just started opening all the time and losing stuff. Also, there was no chest or waist support on it, so it became quite uncomfortable after a day's fishing. So I've picked this backpack for heaps of reasons which I'll go through. Anyway, so this backpack, it's got obviously the rope on the front which I attach my camera to. It's got just an open pocket here that I just stash stuff in during the day, you know, bits of rubbish, whatever I just want to slip in. Front zip here which I actually keep my scents in. So keep my garlic scent, my Pro Cures, anything else, my S Factor and everything in there. Up the top here is a sunnies case. Just keeps my sunglasses in for the morning and the night time, and then when it's not I normally have my wallet and headlamp in there. Next on is onto the main pocket. And now see, in this main pocket, great thing about this bag is it opens all the way up once these straps are detached. But you know, we can open this bag right up, and in this bag itself I carry a few things. You know, I've got plastics and stuff just randomly laying around in here. It's not normally like that, it's a bit more organised, but I've got 2 boxes, one with all my jig heads, hooks, trebles and everything, and another with all my bass lures, which I will go through that in a second. And in this front section here, I actually keep soft plastics. I keep all my soft plastics just stuck in there. You know, spare things I need, spare lures I keep in there, in their boxes, and it's a great little pocket to have. And just all this stuff gets in there and stays out of the way and isn't in my way for fishing, and it means all this area isn't cluttered up. In this top little zippy part here, this mesh part, I carry all my leaders and spare a few spare things, including some spare bullet sinkers. In this main section as well, I'll normally keep a drink bottle. I actually keep my tripod in here as well, and a few other little bits and pieces. Carry a spare set of lip grips, carabiner on the front. Top section here. This is my snack section. Normally keep some just some snacks to keep me going through the day. I just leave that in the top, and I'm normally sorted for the day of fishing. Chuck my keys in there and whatever else I need. But it's got a little plier keeper spot, a little spot here which I keep pliers and lighter in, and a set of snips normally. Don't have it in there at the moment, but I normally keep it in there. And a few other little pockets for just bits and pieces, whatever they happen to be. I've got a 3700 size tackle box, which I keep everything in. The thing I like about these clip boxes is they have these big square sections, which is great, because I normally keep some worm hooks, spare trailer hooks, plastics, trebles, worm weights or bullet weights, and other kind of bits and pieces just sit in there nicely. Frogs, whatever. This season I've kind of shifted my lure choice. I normally keep a few bigger lures now. Start with the top water lures I keep in there. Keep a walking lure all the time. Bass love them. You know, sometimes they're not eating bugs, and when they're eating, you know, bait fish and stuff, it's a perfect imitation. All my cicadas and plastic surface cicadas and kind of everything that imitates a bug. You know, bass love their bugs. Cicadas will get the bite when it's tough going. Surface plastics, which are great because you can skip these right at the back of undercut and whatever else there is. I always like to also keep some poppers in the box. Spit a bit of water. You know, you can pop, pause, and move them this far at a time. So always awesome to have. Lastly, for our surf lure selection, I like to keep some buzz baits. I keep a range of colours. I keep golds, blacks, chartreuse, and white, which isn't my favourite colour, and a few other different colours and styles. Seeing as we're on buzz baits, next up I like to keep spinnerbaits in my box. Dark natural colours always work well for me. The other option is a beetle spin. Next up we'll go to the hard bodies. I keep a range of hard bodies. We'll start with a simple, I guess not so simple, but what I've been using a lot of, swim baits. If you're fishing for that big fish or big bite, big baits will get them. And I have a couple of different types. This is more of like a swim bait, that back tail just kicks. And then also the glide bait style. This will just kind of kick out side to side. Next up, I like to keep some lipless crankbaits or rattlers or whatever in there. This is a small one. I actually took the larger ones out for last trip because I knew I wouldn't be anywhere where I'd use it. Although I do regret that. I think I should have had some in there. And lastly, I keep a wide range of diving lures. So I've got everything from a crankbait, you know, in the short little fat body style, to the longer herring shaped imitating baits, or you know, your longer body bony brim style diving lures. And I also like to keep a range of jerk baits from smaller sizes to larger sizes like this. I find nothing beats jerk baits on shut down fish. You can really just twitch, pause, hang it in front of their face for a long time and it'll get them biting. Something like this that I can just pick up, and I know all my bass lures that I'm going to need are in here for most situations. There's not a situation I've come up across that my lures that I've wanted aren't in here. I could take this to a dam and catch bass in a dam. I could take this to a river north or south and catch bass north or south with this. It's got something for every situation, which is what I like about it. I can just, without even thinking about it, I can go on a trip, my bag's already packed, I can just pick that bag up and go, which is awesome. Anyhow guys, that is the vlog for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I know the fishing wasn't the greatest. You can't help that sometimes, can you? It's just, that's fishing. I'm in a bit of a slump, I guess. But this weekend, I'm off to Foster to go chase some brim, flathead whiting around the oyster racks and sand flats. So hopefully I can get some. So until next time guys, go out, fish and enjoy yourselves. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.